Hey everybody, Diane Covington here. I am excited to share with you guys another idea to get in front of people. I want you to write down this great quote that says, inactivity breeds fear. Would you agree with that? What that basically means is the longer it is between appointments, the longer, if you haven't had a party in a month or 2 or 6 months or a year, then when you have inactivity, you start overthinking and second guessing and thinking, oh my gosh, what if she asked me a question I don't know? And what do I bring, and all of that stuff. So we've been talking at our in our unit about doing 5 and 5s, and that's picking 5 products. You cover 5 products in 5 minutes with a customer. You give them an incentive at the end of the 5 minutes to purchase from you. So they can either do 5% off if they buy one thing, 10% off if they buy 2 things, or if they buy 3 or more, they get 15% off. And it's a great way to get in front of people, great way to build confidence, great way for you to learn just enough product knowledge that you're starting to feel confident without it being like way too much, right? So 5 and 5s are still a great way. And asking for referrals. You can offer them a half off lipstick or lip gloss if they give you 5 referrals. And if they give you 10 referrals, you can offer them a free mascara. So 5 and 5s are great. Don't get me wrong. They get you in front of people. They get you more confident about your product. They take very little time. You could schedule 3 or 4 or 5 of them in a day. If you had a lunch hour, you could probably do 3 of them on your lunch hour. So the 5 and 5 is really great. And if you are not familiar with what that is, I do have a video on that. But what I'm finding is we really just need to be talking about the product. We just need to be in front of more people. And what I will tell you is women love a deal. Would you guys agree? Women love a deal. So what if you said, so let's say Cecile is one of my customers, and let's say she's been a customer 6 months. I might call Cecile and say, hey, Cecile, guess what? I'm learning this brand new thing called a pop-up party. And you could tell them it's brand new to you, or you could choose a different script. But I'd say, I immediately thought of you because guess what? I'm allowed to give you full hostess credit just for jumping on. Now, so what I'm probably going to do is I would say to Cecile, if you have one friend jump on for this pop-up, the pop-up party, first of all, is the max of 30 minutes. If you have one friend jump on with you, you get 10% off everything you want. 2 friends on, you get 20%. 3 friends, 30, 4 friends, 40, up to a max of 5 or more friends, you get 50% off. So you could offer something like that, you guys, because if she has 5 friends on, what do you have to lose? You do not mail out samples for this. It is called a pop-up party. But how would you guys like a foolproof script of exactly what to say and how to keep it to 30 minutes and all of that? Well, the company has prepared all of this for us. So I'm going to go on here and I'm just going to screen share so that you can kind of follow along with me. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on to Mary Kay in Touch. Let me just scroll to the very, very top of this. So you're going to go under education. Okay. So you're going to go under education and you're going to click on the tab that says booking. Okay. I'm sure there's other places you can find this too, but it's great to just be in the company's document library. But we're just going to click on the word booking under education. And under the booking, it has all these great things. It explains things about different rewards. Here's a different hostess thing. Like if her party sales are this much, she gets 10% of the party sales and free stuff. 15% was with 1 booking, 20% is with 2 bookings. That rewards program has been around forever, like as long as I've been in Mary Kay. And it's totally great. You can also do a thing called the $40 gift of beauty, which is a $75 shopping spree for $35. So she gets $75 worth of anything she wants for only $35. So that's better than half off. But you have to realize a $75 shopping spree costs you $37.50, right? And she's paying you $35. So your out of pocket is $2.50. Literally, that's all it costs you. And I would say, oh my gosh, to get the gift of beauty where you get basically $40 off, it's a $75 shopping spree for better than half off. All you've got to have is you plus 2. So you could totally do that. That is an offer. I wouldn't offer your potential hostess more than 1 offer. I think they get too confused and it's like deer in headlights. I would pick whichever incentive excites you the most. If you like the 75 or 35, run with that. If you like 10% for every person that's 18 or older, run with that. You could try 2 or 3 one way and 2 or 3 the other way and see which way you like better, which one works better for you, right? All right. So we're in here and there's all kinds of things. You can do stuff where you do stuff for the charity. You can do free color consultations. So these are all different booking ideas. Then there's the thing that explains how you can create a party on Shop My Party and all of these additional things. But what I want to scroll down to is the document library. So when you go to the document library, you're going to click on this download now. This document library for all of you is a godsend. I'm not kidding you. This is the hidden gem in Mary Kay that nobody even knows about. In this document library, every one of these categories has all the tools you need. So if somebody said to me, well, Diane, where's the conversion chart for foundation? Right here. If somebody said to me, Diane, where are some great pictures for makeup? Or the lip, do you have a picture of all the lip liners? Here's a camera ready photo right here for you to post and say, guess what's back? All the lip liners. And it shows you every single shade. But let's say Cecile's my customer and she loves fragrance. Then I might go down here and say, oh my gosh, Cecile, look at the fragrance chart. This will give you undertones. It'll give you other brands and say, well, if you like Victoria's Secret Angel, you probably would like this. Same thing with the men's line because Father's Day is coming. So this is just literally a wealth of information. Here's product fact sheets, product knowledge. What I love is the comparison charts. That's super helpful when you get to, comparing eye creams and serums and all that stuff. But we're just going to keep scrolling down here. Here's everything on the career path, career apparel. Now, if you don't want to go through all this because you normally don't have to, you can literally just go all the way down to booking. Here's all the social media stuff, business tools, marketing and advertising, lots of great stuff. Like you guys, I can't believe how much stuff is in here. But here we are under booking and selling. And so when you get under that category, you're going to want to click on this. It's called the Pop-Up Party Guide. Now, I was going to ask you guys, type in the chat, how many of you guys have actually used the Pop-Up Party Guide? If you have, type in the chat. I'd love to know. So what I love about this program is it literally makes it idiot proof. I'm not kidding you. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller so you all can see. And so what you see in here, this is the Pop-Up Party Guide. So let's say I called Cecile and I said, Cecile, oh my gosh, I know how much you love a deal. I'd love for you to host a pop-up party, and we can do a couple different ones. We could do an anti-aging pop-up party. We could do a hydrate for the summer pop-up party. What do you think your girlfriends would have more fun with? And she'd say, oh, my girlfriends are really into taking care of their skin. They're all gym rats. So probably like an anti-aging type of thing would be great. And so, okay. So how about if we set it for Thursday night? How about if we do 6:30 to 7? Would that work for you guys? Just literally 30 minutes. They can grab the beverage of their choice and they can hang out. And you're like, okay, that would be great. So this guide, you can actually download the whole guide if you want. You can literally hit the button right up here and download. But what it's going to talk to you about is it's going to talk about pop in and party on. You want to make this simple, right? How many of you guys sometimes don't do something that you should be doing because you're not sure how to do it? So here's what you do is you choose the products you want to feature. So if I ask Cecilia, my hostess, and let's say she's really into anti-aging stuff, then I'm going to pick products that are focusing on anti-aging. Share your camera, meaning they want to see your face, not just a bunch of screen shares. Okay. Follow the dialogues and create a Mary Kay Shop My Party link. All right. So let's jump right into this. Okay. So they're telling you that the beginning of this pop-up party with Cecile, my pretend hostess, that this should take you 7 minutes. So it gives you a script to welcome your guests. That takes a minute. Tell your eye story. Remember, your eye story has nothing to do with your eyes. It's what entices somebody else to maybe check out Mary Kay. So it could say something like, let me share with you how I started my Mary Kay business. I was in college and my sister was selling me everything at full price. I couldn't really afford the product, but I love the product. So starting my Mary Kay business has really built my confidence. It helped me build my confidence and my self-esteem, helped me learn how to manage my time and my money. And it's had a huge impact on my family, being able to pay cash for college. You could go on, but again, not long. We're talking 1 minute. And then you can say, by all of you being here today, you're helping me fulfill my goal. So thank you from the bottom of my grateful heart. And then you can even say, then you can jump to sharing the opportunity. So you could say, one of the things I know about Mary Kay Opportunity is that it allows a woman to create a business that fits her life. The potential to earn a little extra money, make connections, learn new skills, they all help you be who you want to be. And so it shares a little bit about that. Again, 1 minute. So you can't get wordy. Don't start adding a lot of your own stuff in here. And then you transition right into the product by saying, now let's get started. What I'm going to be doing in the next 15 to 20 minutes is doing everything about anti-aging, because Cecile said that was her biggest interest. Okay, so this should take you 7 minutes, all right? Then you go into this, which thanking all the guests. Thank you all for attending the party, and thank you for each helping me achieve my goals as a small business owner. If anyone here can picture themselves doing what I do, send me a chat. I'd love to text you more information. I mean, it's just super easy. And it says on here, this is what I love. I'll be following up with each of you individually to answer questions about Mary Kay products or the Mary Kay opportunity and to finalize any product order you want. Plus, I have lots of, this isn't in here, but I always say, plus I have a lot of samples and I'd love to know what samples you might want. When I've done the 3 pop-up parties I've done in the last couple of months, I have not had samples with any of them. None of them did I do samples with. So it talks about, I'll be sharing the Mary Kay Shop My Party link so you can order products with ease. Feel free to share the link, blah, 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 blah. And then once you've ended the party, you can begin the individual close by phone or text by saying this. Did you enjoy the pop-up party? Just to get the conversation going. Or were there any products you were interested in? So it gives you some suggestions. All right. The next thing you want to do, excuse me, is pick your party products. So if Cecile asked specifically for anti-aging, I might pick the Repair Skincare, because I can generally talk about that whole set. I could also pick like the Glycolic Radiance Peel and maybe Hydrogel Eye Patches or whatever. But so you want to select Mary Kay products you'd like to introduce during the pop-up party. Now, if you look below, it gives you pointers of what to say. So let's say the Miracle Set. Like, let's say Cecile said to me, Diane, most of the women coming are going to be just barely 40 and they're all gym rats. They're all into less is best, not a lot of steps, that kind of thing. So I might ask Cecile, should I show them the repair of this? And let's say Cecile says, no, just show them the Miracle Set. Then I'm going to spend just, notice it says 2 minutes, not 20 minutes, 2 minutes. And so you can literally say, you know, literally go on here and talk about reset the pace of skin's visible aging, starting in as little as 2 weeks. Give the Time-Wise Miracle Set 4 weeks, and you're on your way to improving multiple signs of strong, healthy skin. Powered by our patented Time-Wise 3D complex. So you could literally read this and you could say it's easy to use, just 3 simple steps. Now, while you're talking about this, you're holding this up, right? And then it might talk about additional benefits. And then it talks about the eye cream. So you could literally read this in 2 minutes. Okay. Then, or let's say Cecile goes, you know what? My girlfriends are all into the major anti-aging. Then I would say, let's just do repair. And so supposedly you can read this entire repair thing in 1 minute. So you could say, for those of you who want to not just slow it down, but turn the clock back, let's talk about our Voluform set. And I would just hold it up. Who wants to wait to lift away years off your skin? And so you could explain the Voluform set, okay? And you know, this is in case you want to do any of these, but you can skip these. If you're not talking naturally, you're not talking the Mary Kay skincare line. Now you could mention to all these women, if they're over 40 and over, they probably have a daughter or maybe a young adult at home that might benefit. And you could say, well, we also have a new Mary Kay skincare line specifically geared toward younger, highly sensitive skin. I would say 11 to 23 years old or whatever. And you could just literally briefly mention that in 1 minute. Does that make sense? All right, now here's a couple other products. Let's say we talked about Microderm. You could explain what it does. Hydrogel eye patches, you could explain what those do. All right. And then if you want to go on, again, you want to keep this short. So you want to pick the 4 or 5 products you want to do. Notice that each product has about a minute. Gel mask is a minute, satin hands is a minute. Microderm is a minute, charcoal is a minute. Eye patches are a minute. Skincare is 1 minute. So you can see how if you pick, let's say 5 of these, it'd probably take you 5 to 6 minutes. Does that make sense? So once you get, I'll scroll down, once you get through all the skincare, satin hands, now we're getting into color. So let's say Cecile doesn't want to do color. I'm not going to even mention any of this. But let's say another gal says, can we do a little bit of makeup? Here's, everyone's like, well, what do I say about CC cream? It tells you exactly what to say and that there's SPF in it. And then what about the eye makeup remover? So you can actually pick the products that you want. It gives you benefits that go with the product. And then if you want to do makeup or stuff, you could even do this. What's fun about some of this stuff is there is a chart that corresponds with this that you could talk about all of these lipstick. Do you want semi-shine? Do you want hydrating? Do you want semi-matte or unlimited lip gloss? And maybe mention to them about the Mirror Me app. Does that make sense? So these little blurbs give you guys 1 minute to go all through this color. Then you're going to go back up to the beginning of where this was, and you're going to talk about some questions to get the conversation going after the party. So once you've ended the party, you can literally say, well, that's it. I hope you guys had a great time. I'd love for you to type in the chat of the 7 products I mentioned, or whatever, however many you're going to do. Realize I would say you could do 5 products in 6 minutes. I think they're going to each run a minute to a tiny bit over. And so let's say you do 6 products, that's probably going to take you about 7 minutes. Then you could literally say, did you enjoy the pop-up party? Type in the chat, what were your 2 favorites of everything you heard? Or was there a product you were interested in? These are questions more you would do at an individual one-on-one consultation or through a text. I personally would rather just talk to them. And again, here's thanking all your guests for attending, for helping you achieve your goals as a business owner. And if anyone would like to host us a party, I'd love to help you out. We can make it a skincare pampering or a color party. I'm here to help you. I would say if you do a skincare party on this one, book off of it the same group of people and say, how about next Tuesday night we jump on, I'll do a pop-up party with color. And maybe you talk about foundation primer. Let's say you pick something that's not on here. All right, so let's say we've got CC cream, mascara, eye makeup remover. So there's no primer on here. I think primer is one of our biggest sellers, but you can pull up a product fact sheet on the primer, hold up a tube of primer and talk about it and still have it be beneficial. Does that make sense? So the pop-up party is designed that you work with a hostess. Now you don't have to work with a hostess. You could do a pop-up party this week. If you've got some big goals for May and you want to or whenever people are listening to this, but if you have big goals in May and you want to put together a party, you could say, oh my gosh, I'm doing 2 pop-up parties, one on Thursday lunchtime and one on Thursday in the evening. And you can just, or you can even do one on Friday and just ask them and say, the one at noon is all about makeup and the one at 7 p.m. is all about anti-aging. You can jump on both and maybe you give away something at each one. Say, I'm going to do a drawing. So you could always, if you're hosting it, you personally, you're not paying hostess credit, right? So you could do a drawing. You could say everybody that enters, everybody that jumps on my pop-up party, type your name in the chat and you're going to get entered into a fabulous drawing. And for every comment you make, I'll enter you again. So you're just going to need a helper. Maybe you have a daughter, a son who could be on Zoom with you, monitoring the chat. And let's say Carrie has 3 questions, Shalane has 5, Sandy has 2. So again, you're going to give them additional entries into a drawing. And maybe you give away, I wouldn't give away something from the party, I'd give away something else. Like if you have any of the mini masking sets in your inventory, or you have anything maybe that's not featured at the party as a giveaway. Does that make sense? But this pop-up party guide or pop in and party on is all about getting in front of people. And it even suggests you download one of the virtual backgrounds for Mary Kay. And it's about you being real. You guys, people love you being real. Does that make sense? And it even talks about how to utilize social media on your party, and talks about how it's so important to keep it less than 30 minutes. It says no longer than 13 to 15 minutes talking about product, because honestly, you lose them. You lose them. They don't pay attention. Their brain is somewhere else. Does that sort of make sense? So it gives you an opportunity to showcase some products. Now you can come up with a theme, but what I love is asking the hostess. So let's say Cecile says to me, oh my gosh, I want to do the up to 5 people you get fit. And I'd say, so Cecile, if you for sure want to get 50% off your order, then what I would do is I'd invite more than 5. That way, if 1 or 2 at the last minute can't come, you still get that super high discount. And by the way, did I tell you how you could get 50% all the time? She might say, no, how do you do that? You become a consultant. Because every time I go shopping, everything I want for gifts or for me, it's always a 50% off. She might go, really? And I said, yeah, would it be okay if I sent you some general information? Are you intrigued? Would you like just some, no obligation, just check it out? She'd say, sure. Because you don't know till you ask, right? So the fun thing about the pop-up parties is that they're easy, they're simple, they're scripted. I wouldn't make it complicated. You could pick probably up to 6 products. And then what you're going to want to do is maybe I would suggest you give them a hashtag party board, or have them just take a blank piece of paper and draw a hashtag on it and have them write a product down, and then if they like it, circle it. Say, okay, in your squares, write down micellar water. Here's what it does. And if you fell in love with it, circle it. So that way they're participating as you go, and they're writing down all 5 products or 6 products or whatever, however many you're demonstrating or talking about. But you guys, the fun thing about a pop-up party is it can be very short notice, and you don't have to send out samples. So if you think about it, it's, getting toward the end of May. And if some of you've got big goals, it's like, well, oh my gosh, you could do a pop-up tomorrow on your lunch break and start texting people tonight and saying, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm determined to master how to do a pop-up party. So I need your support. Can you jump on? I have 2 different ones, summer makeup and skincare, or whatever it is that you want to do, having that glowing summer skin. So you guys, the pop-ups are really, really fun. By them giving you the script and all the product knowledge, it really takes all the guesswork out. And again, Shalane, Cecile brings me 5 friends. 1 is that I see her as a potential team member. 2 is that she's referring her friends to me. She's like, oh my God, you should meet my Mary Kay girl, because she already loves the product. So it could be a really easy, and chances are if she's getting a 50% discount because she has 5 or more friends there, okay, she's not going to postpone. She's not going to call you and say, I can't make it on Friday. She's going to, if one of her friends postpones, she'll go find more friends because she wants her 50% off. Or whatever you guys want to do. If you just want to do 125 at half off, based on as long as they have 4 people or more, 3 people, you get to decide whatever you want. Find something that excites you. That would be my last tip. If it doesn't excite you or it's confusing, then it's going to confuse them and not excite them. But if it excites you, then sky's the limit. You can do anything. So pop-up parties are easy. It's definitely another way for you guys to get your date books full, get in front of people, and make more money. All right. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thanks for listening.